5 yards to Ella Claridge's right, but she struck it so sweetly. It's gone all the way.
She was quite a way in off the boundary there, but when these two have run so well, this is what it does. So if you drop in the ball into the leg side for singles or twos, then fielders have to creep in and get closer, and then it creates angles like that where Ella can't quite get to the ball. So for any young players watching, that's how to bat in terms of running well between the wickets, and that's the kind of thing that it creates that you don't quite see, is then it creates those pockets, those angles.
That's batters manipulating the field basically, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Third comes up, long one goes down, halfway through the over.
There you go, good slow ball there from Orla. Cassidy McCarthy is onto the pitch. I'm not sure who's gone off, but Cassidy's out at that deep cover boundary. I think, no, Grace.
I was going to ask, 100 partnership between these two. When did she get back? Because there can't be many cricketers making hundreds in Lahore 6 days before flying back. She was never going to miss this one, was she?
Absolutely not. And Sarah's gone down ill this morning as well. I think there's a few of them. I think Elsa Lister from Lancs as well. I think there was a bit of a virus going around or something. So a few of the girls have been struggling. Orla was out there as well with Ireland. So both of them doing very well to be on the pitch today and putting in their best efforts.
It's some squad the Blaze have put together this year, right?
Yeah, it's seriously strong, isn't it?
Pace off again, but Emma Lamb waited. She's got her eye in. Not a bad subfielder to bring on though, actually, Cassidy McCarthy.
No, but she has just overthrown.
No, I less time in the gym. 136 for one, 28 gone. We've got Marie Kelly of the Blaze up in the com box with us. You doing any content creating today? You're all over the shop these days, aren't you?
Yeah, not so much lately actually. Once the season, I think it's quite a good thing to get you through the winter, just something different to do, try and create a bit of fun out of what can be a long and boring winter when you're kind of doing the same thing. And a lot of the times with cricket and your skill, it's just skill repetition. It's not reinventing the wheel. You're not trying to do massive things different. It's just grooving it and getting it better and better. So yeah, a little bit of fun videos here and there helps with the mood. But yeah, once cricket season starts, you kind of don't have that much time
particularly
to do it, really.
Even more cricket this year.
I know, it's just getting busier and busier. And you want it to be you don't want it to be a chore for you. You want to do it because you find it fun, and yeah, got to take our time with it.
Here's Georgia Elwes. Do you think the plan would have been for her to have bowled as much as she has today, or was this the pitch? Yeah,
I think pitches like this really suit G. She's got kind of a bag of tricks. Very good with the Yorkers and cutters, slower balls. Got a good bumper in her as well, so it'll be interesting to see if she gives that a crack out here. But very skillful player. Oh, nearly got through there.
Just need to break this partnership.
And that's the thing, when there's not much in the pitch, not much lateral movement or anything, and then no express pace, you might have to try and get creative. But that's where Tammy's a good skipper in that regard as well. She thinks a lot about it, tinkers. She comes up and get a wicket.
97 to win. Plenty of time, plenty of wickets in hand. Some funky ideas are needed.
Yeah, this is where I'd probably go with Josie Groves, because she has got that something different, a bit more turn and bounce. Might just surprise the batters a little bit, or I think it's worth the risk anyway, before it kind of gets away from us a little bit. So that's a prime example there of what I was talking about with that, because it was an off cutter, off pace. She wasn't able to cut that through third man region. So more things like that just means the batters can't quite hit it exactly where they were intending to. That's why she's so skillful and why she's a great addition to our group this year.
Cuts it in front of the square, gets it past Josie Groves, who we might see with the ball in a little bit. It's time to try something a little bit different.
Absolutely.
Catherine Bryce does the fielding out there, so we're down to 96 to win, but it's a very different game when you're a new batter. It's fine when you're out there, 80 not out. These two 103 off 121 balls now. Different game if you're new to the crease. Pace off again, probably the off cutter.
Very well bowled from G again, creating another dot ball. Scores 139 for just the one wicket off 29. What did you say we were around this stage? Was it 146 off 30?
Off 32.
Off 32.
146 for 2. And then there was that little flurry of wickets. And a decent enough finish, actually, given you were 8 or 9 down. Actually, probably just pushed
just enough, wasn't it?
Just enough to make it competitive, because if it had been 200, it's a very different game.
Absolutely.
So it's always a little bit easier chasing, because you know exactly what you're doing. Even though Catherine Bryce was out there in the middle with Georgia Elwes batting really well, you're always thinking, oh, what is a good score here? What are we going to set? We're going to have to pick the tempo up. Whereas Lancashire know exactly the tempo they need to go at. Here's Prendergast. Pulled.
Well fielded by Ella Claridge out there. Another wicket keeper in our squad, but a very good fielder.
Yeah, you've got a few, haven't you? Not bad to have Amy Jones come in.
I know. We've got some pretty good choice of keepers, I think. All shared it around in the warm-up games.
Did they, man?
Which is good, and then not all of them are too tired from doing it as well.
Sarah Bryce has basically been playing cricket all winter, hasn't she?
Yeah.
To WIPL final, then those qualifiers with Scotland, they were a bit unlucky as well not to qualify.
They believably, you saw her kind of visibly upset as well at the end of it. So yeah, to be back here playing now and just breeze through 70 again, phenomenal effort.
Pulled in front of square, it's going to go to the boundary. Nothing Ella Claridge can do about that one. It just sat up in the pitch. Katie Mack moves on to 39.
Yeah, I thought that was quite a well-placed bumper then, but Katie Mack is quite short, so maybe it just sat up nicely for her.
She did have to reach.
Yeah, she made a good connection with it though. She's a very good player, is Katie Mack. Played with her at Birmingham Phoenix the first year of the 100. She's a very good player for Adelaide Strikers as well.
Remarkable. It's a sign of their depth, right, that she hasn't got a full Australia cap yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, she pulls that one in front of square. This time it's all the way along the floor. It gives Claridge a little bit more hope, but ultimately not enough. Back-to-back boundaries. In the context of the game, in the context of the total.
Yeah, she's very good on the short ball. She picks up length so well. Because she is so small, you have to just that probably a little bit fuller before she picks up anything that just drops short. She's on it straight away.
87 needed from 122 balls here at Trent Bridge. Opening round of fixtures in the Metrobank One Day Cup.
I think we have to go Josie Groves now, or pretty soon. See what she can do. Well fielded by Grace Ballinger. Short third, lovely little roll.
Wholehearted, didn't she, Grace Ballinger? She bowled well up top, actually, I thought.
She did. She was very, very unlucky. Was it two dropped off her bowling?
Yeah, those last couple of overs, 5 and 6, she bowled, I think. Couple dropped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fines involved for those?
Maybe. I think we might have to introduce it.
Pace off. Katie Mack waited, but it was a great bit of fielding in the covers by Tammy Beaumont. And almost a run out.
That was a lot closer in the end than I think everyone thought. Nearly.
Always high energy, Tammy Beaumont.
She is. She really puts in a good shift in the field as well. Captaincy alongside working hard in the field is difficult. Quite a lot of captains actually struggle fielding at extra cover and thinking about everything as well. It's quite hard to be switched on all the time, especially when there's probably lots to think about now, how we can break this partnership.
Well, the way Tammy Beaumont has decided this partnership is going to be broken is by bringing Sarah Glenn back on at the Stuart Broad end. 5 overs.
Whether it's Josie or Glennie with a little bit more spin. Just got to try and keep breaking the momentum from the batters in whatever way you can.
115 the partnership. The run rate up towards 5 and over, just a nudge under it.
Yeah, and this is where you need a new batter at the crease, just to try and squeeze a few dots as well. Batters going well from both ends.
Yeah, there it is. That is the wicket that the Blaze were hoping for. Tammy Beaumont has turned to Sarah Glenn, and Sarah Glenn has said, leave it with me. Katie Mack has been bowled for 44. This huge partnership for the second wicket between her and Emma Lamb has been broken. And Lancashire are 149 for 2.
Happy days. That's exactly what we wanted from Glennie. I think she just probably missed her areas in her first spell, but starting straight on the money there, and that's exactly what we wanted. Katie Mack normally very good on the little cut shot, but deceived this time. Just looked a little bit quicker from Glennie. Rushed her a little bit. And now if we can go Blaze can go bang bang here and get straight into the middle order, we should or could change the game on its head. We've just missed that replay there.
Middle stump doesn't look in a good position there, though. I reckon it's hit that. You can tell a professional cricketer, they're probably the only people in the world that say bang bang.
Really?
Yeah, so it's always just the pros. Us amateurs can't. It doesn't sound very convincing.
Just go bang bang now. What else do you say? Two quick wickets. Back to back.
Yeah, that rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Say that 10 times quickly.
Yeah,
Two quick
exactly.
wickets.
2 quick wickets. Go, go, go. Send her straight in. Trap her on the crease here. This is where you need your extra mid-wicket. Come tighter. Do not let her get off strike. Make her work really hard to get off strike here.
What you want, if you're the Blaze, is a couple of overs of just putting some pressure back on, because then that run rate, it changes around. We go from the current rate being 5 to the needed rate being 5, and then the pressure builds.
And it doesn't take long for that rate to go up and up and up. We saw it with us as well. We had that period between 30 and 40 overs where the rate just wasn't high at all, and then it's so easy to try and overhit and try and panic a little bit. The same could happen to them.
Saren Smale is the new batter. She had a bit of confusion here. Chance for a run out. Oh,
wrong end.
It was Josie Groves swooping around to her right. They looked at each other, Saren Smale and Emma Lamb. They're both now looking at each other, half smiling probably.
Oh, that would have been interesting. A Lammy run out straight away.
They both took a couple of steps and then just sort of stood there.
But this is what we're saying again with the new batter in strike. You've just
Smale off the mark for the season. She had a wonderful year last year. Made her England debut over the winter. More convincing this time. Drop and run.
Did you have a good winter? What did you get up to?
What did I had a baby.
Did you?
We got away with it for a couple of months, and we are now in the every hour and a half overnight is a good night.
Oh gosh.
But it's a joy.
You
So
stay through gritted teeth.
No, not in the slightest. Through tired eyes.
That's good bowling this from Glennie. Try and squeeze. Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Hope you get a bit more sleep in the coming weeks.
Well, time will tell. I'm not hopeful. This is good from Sarah Glenn. Just 2 runs off it.
A little bit tighter here. She gave a little bit of width earlier, which batters were able to put their hands through, but this is the Glenda we know and love. Very accurate. Really hard to get away, and one of her big positives is she makes the batter change what they're doing.
That one is away into the offside, but just one. So 3 off the over, but crucially the partnership is broken. The big partnership for second wicket, 115 runs between Emma Lamb and Katie Mack, has been broken by Sarah Glenn. Mack had to go for 44. Emma Lamb is still there. 83 needed from 114 balls.
Yes, if we can try and push that up to a runner ball needed at least, then that'll be handy, and that'll help Blaze move a little bit more on top then, as we're going to have a change this end. So all of Prendergast coming off now for Josie Groves.
You're happy.
Yeah, I'm glad we're thinking alike. I think she was probably waiting as well, Tammy, to get Josie on this end with a bigger boundary out towards the leg side. So that's why she probably had a few overs from Orla as well.
Yeah, it's probably not quite twice the hit, but probably 1.5 the hit on the leg side. Yeah. So you got deep square leg.
I think it's a 65-metre boundary or something, something like that. And so and there aren't. Yeah, the grass isn't necessarily. It's not very short. It's still a bit long at this stage of the year, so the ball's still taking quite a while. It's quite hard to find the boundary out there. We've seen a lot of 2s so far in that pocket region.
Smale takes middle. Cam Groves tempter.
As well, if it flies off it. And now it's all still luscious grass, so it's actually not travelling that quickly off the square. So there's not as many boundaries today, but a lot more 2s instead.
That'll just be 1 out to Catherine Bryce at deep square leg. Yeah, ground staff still happy.
Yeah, they're great. They're a great
Lash.
bunch. We had our Christmas party this year, and we all kind of split up onto different tables with all different members of staff, and we were on the ground staff table this year, so we had a good karaoke with all the ground staff. It was great.
Should just be one. They have both the best job but also the hardest job.
Absolutely.
They work the longest hours. If it's a nice day, they can just chill out in the middle of the day for a bit, get their tan on. But it's a thankless task, really.
Yeah, they've had a good pre-season so far. Weather's been kind to us, hasn't it? But last year they were working very hard.
Fights that one out.
Better delivery from Josie. Bit fuller, started a little bit short, which can happen when you're trying to spin the ball straight away. But just got to be a bit brave and toss it up. Try and get someone to just sky it or miscue it going over the top.
Five singles so far from the over. Is that the instructions, you reckon, from Tammy Beaumont? Be brave. We need to try and take a couple of quick wickets here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you've got to recognise what kind of spinner you are, and so at Glennie it might be let's try and just be accurate and try and be as conservative as possible, and Josie's message might be just try and spin it hard, try and create a chance.
Catherine Bryce gets around. 6 singles from the over. 158 for 2. 32 overs gone here at Trent Bridge. Lancashire requiring a further 77 runs. Target's 235. Blaze bowled out. A run out on the last ball of their innings. And they're 234 all out. Lancashire in a good position here. Probably favourites. But they are favourites. But you never know. Things can change very quickly. A couple of quick wickets.
Yeah, absolutely. Lanc's definitely on top at the minute. But we never go down without a fight and a couple of quick wickets. And you never know what's going to happen. We've definitely got a great bowling side too, so it always happens when you get a quick wicket. Everyone's got their tails up, everyone's ready to go again. It just boosts everyone up a little bit.
Now Sarah Glenn would love to get Emma Lamb here. False start.
Ben, she's run very well. There's Emma Lamb.
She's a good player, isn't she?
She's just very classical, isn't she? She's got a very good kind of through the offside, a good textbook cover drive. Growing up, we used to play against her all the time, and kind of the age groups, we always played against Lancs, and she would just cut and drive us outside off. We kept saying, don't bowl outside off to Emma Lamb. And lo and behold, we did.
Slip.
Smale already as well. Not putting too much pressure on Lammy. Rotated the strike well pretty early.
Her job is run a ball here, right? It's if you suddenly look up and she's got 4 off 15 balls, it's very different. But if she can get near run a ball.
Absolutely. It's a tough one as well, because when you've only got, if you've got 75 left of 106 balls, it's whether you're brave and you bring the fielder in to try and stop the single. But then if there's a boundary there, it kind of kills it straight away. So it's a tough one, but you might have to try and look to maybe bring cover up or something like that. Sarah Wood. Well bowled again from Glennie, on the money there.
It's great from an outsider's perspective, and I don't know if it's true or not, but it probably is how keen Sarah Glenn and Tammy Bowman are to come back and play for the Blaze when they're not on international duty.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you just after this ball.
Shot into a gap between mid-on and mid-wicket. They're going to come back for 2? Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I think even for Tammy to come on tour with us was really impressive as well. She'd obviously had the tough Ashes series over in Oz, and then she come back. She had a bit of time at home, but she was keen and wanting to play and be part of the group. So we're really excited to have all of them on board. Sarah's struggling again.
Yeah.
There must be a little foothole or a little, I think where she's kicking there, just a little divot, just getting in her head a little bit. Yeah, you could just see there her left foot just dipping in a little bit, but it's not affecting how she's bowling anyway.
So much a mental game, though, isn't it? Once it's in your head, it's getting rid of it.
Absolutely. I used to hate going, club pitches where like the square lifts up, and I used to bowl seams, so running in, I think, oh God, I can't actually get up it. Just gets in your head a little bit.
4 off the over so far. Last ball, Glenn 7th. She'll do the fielding.
Good
5
finish
off
to the
it.
over.
33 gone, 163 for 2.
Yeah, I just wonder if we could have maybe a cover up to prevent you've got to cut me off the stumps. But then it is a shorter boundary than the leg side, so there's a lot of weighing up risk options here. But I think we have to try and do something a little bit different to try and break them down a little bit more. Start to get into the lower order.
It's got to get to a point. We're pretty much there, aren't we, where you have to say, okay, if they hit boundaries, fair play to them. Because if it just keeps going like it is, they'll just knock it around and win with 2 or 3 overs to spare. Groves continuing. We'll do the fielding off our own bowling there, so it should just be the one, and 'tis just one.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's just how soon you take that risk, isn't it? But Tammy's an experienced player, an experienced captain. Captain Kent for a long time. So I'm sure she'll be thinking all these things, and it's one thing to think of, it's one thing then to actually put a plan into action. You can see how close in she is there. I don't know if you can quite see it on the screen. She's maybe just off your screen, but she's standing as close as she really can to try and prevent a single here. Same with Georgia Aylwin at mid-wicket too. That's really well bowled from Josie there. Perfect flight, perfect pace. So if Sarah wants to try and score off that, she has to play across the line, which is what we want.
Just be 1 down to Catherine Price at deep square leg.
That one not so much, which I think has been our issue today really, is just stringing those good balls together. You need like 2 or 3 at least of those in a row. This batter's now just so good that you'll just wait for the bad ball and put it away.
Happy to push it around. Emma Lamb moves on to 92.
Yeah, and it's one of those now where you have to give Lammy the single now. You don't want her on strike at all, so spreading the field for her. And it's just giving her the runs now. I'd hope that if she does get nearer the 100 as well, then we maybe put a bit of a squeeze on getting ahead a little bit. Just put a little bit of pressure back on her.
That's not very nice. You're a batter, Marie Kelly. Sorry, a seam
do what you
bowling
gotta do.
batter is what you do have to do.
You got to try something, haven't you?
You
Everyone
do.
gets nervous in the 90s anyway. You might as well add a little bit more pressure on.
I wonder if there's anyone that doesn't. Surely.
Nah. It's got to get nervous. I thought it might have been in with a shout there. Sarah looked a little bit guilty, but foot must have been grounded.
166 for 2. 34 gone. His partnership worth 17 now from 23 balls. 69 required if Lancashire are to come to Trent Bridge and win their opening game of this Metrobank One Day Cup. Sarah Glenn, Tammy Beaumont. How many games of international cricket have they played between them? Hundreds. All that experience. Can they pull something out of the bag? Because it would be, we're getting to the stage where for the Blaze to get a victory here, they're going to have to pull something out of the bag.
Yeah, we're going to need something special here. Need a double wicket maiden or something like that. 3 quickly. Somebody to come on and take a few quickly, maybe a little run out, something to stem the flow. But something's got to happen in the next couple of overs, really. But still, anything can happen. Cricket's a funny old game. Lammy 92 off 105 deliveries. Smale 7 off 12 at the other end. She's doing her job so far. Oh, she's dropped it.
A sharp caught and bowled chance.
Oh no.
Which has been put down. It was a hard one. It was low. It was hard. It was in the hands. And then it was on the floor alongside Sarah Glenn.
Oh, Glennie. I've seen her take some screamers, some brilliant caught and bowls as well. So I know she's able to do that. That was a tough old chance. I didn't know if it was a bump ball at first, but by her reaction said otherwise.
Lamb dropped on 16, on 26, and now on
Now
92.
90. That's what I mean. See, she will be getting a bit nervous now as well. Oh no, another misfield there from backward point. Shouldn't go all the way.
Just a couple. Lamb on to 94. Gets it away past Josie Groves at backward point.
She has fielded well all games, Josie. So I'll let her off on that one. She's been diving around at backward point all day.
James was saying, backward point's been in the game on a pitch like this. Spinners on, ball holding up, batters having to force it.
Yeah. To be fair, I think we've seen a lot of good batting against spin today. People really using depths of the crease to get back and cut, work it into the leg side. So a couple of our girls using their feet really well. But I think it, especially with Katie Mack and Emma Lamb, cut shot is one of their strengths, hugely so. And so good work there from Tammy, still energetic and at mid-wicket. I like this.
Is she ever not energetic when you
No,
get up?
to be fair.
Do you wander down for breakfast or tour and she's just buzzing around the breakfast buffet?
Yeah, she's always got words to say, isn't she? She's always eager to go. Sarah again just stopping in a run up again. Something's clearly on her mind as she's coming in, but
last ball of over 35. 3 off the over. 35 gone, 169 for 2. Smale's got 7. Lamb has 95. I'm going to bring James Carr back in. Are you happy for a bit longer, Marie Kelly? Yeah. We'll do our
Sounds
admin live
good.
on air. You just shout when you need to go and I'll come back.
that's all good. I'm not a great watcher of cricket anyway, so it's good to keep me busy, do something different. I'd just be downstairs chatting rubbish anyway, so might as well do it on air instead. I think Josie's going to continue. Again, Tammy having a chat with her. Maybe just discussing what we do. Not necessarily for Lammy, or maybe we're going to try and squeeze a little bit. Yeah, we've got 2 points in. Tammy will try and prevent a single there at mid-wicket. As Lammy's on 95. Risky little scoop shot there, but she gets away with it. Should be 2. As Amy Jones chases. What do you reckon then, James?
It's still in the balance bar the wickets column, isn't it? The run rate required is 4.3. The whole game's gone at 4.4, 4.5. At a push for Lancs at the moment, we're going at 4.8, of course, but
Oh, they think about going for a run. A little bit of a misfield, but the diving stop really harsh to call it a misfield.
I hope there's a twist in the game.
Just be exciting for everyone.
Just from a spectacle point of view, and there tends to be in the women's game a bit of a twist in the last 15 overs.
Absolutely. You're just never quite sure, are you, in women's cricket until it's right over the line. Even the last over of the game, we've seen some pressure get to people. You never quite know. I
was saying to Lottie as well before, some of those Diamonds Vipers games, like 190 played 189 or 210 played 205s, those middle scores can sometimes make real interesting games.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think anyone really likes it when it's just a flat track for batters. I think it's always exciting when there's a little bit in it for everyone. Or something. Can we get in her face a little bit more on 98?
This might be a chance to get back for the 3 figures. She's going to turn hard. 100 for Emma Lamb. What a way to start the 2025 campaign. 136 minutes, 114 balls, 12 fours.
Absolutely, she batted very well. Obviously, a couple of drops early from us, but she's capitalised on it and she's batted very smartly. She really has run her runs as well, hasn't she? And she's put the bad ball away. So credit to her. Next job will be see it over the line for her team. And she had a very good day out, 3 with the ball as well.
Yeah. And with England head coach being in the house.
Yeah.
It's not done England claims any damage either.
Absolutely.
Sarah Glenn to continue then. She's got a couple left. Perhaps rolling the dice a little bit here, the Blaze. Smells throwing the kitchen sink at that. She's not quite got all of it, but she's got enough of it for it to go to 4 over mid-on.
Yeah, again, this is what I was saying earlier about that being brave from Glennie to keep mid-on and mid-off up. I think you have to at this stage. And Seren's taken that risk on, played it well.
Just changes the dynamic of the over now, doesn't it? Four already gone, 5 balls to go. You don't need to take another risk in the over, do you?
No, and it's now whether you decide, do you keep mid-on up again and go, right, if you want to go again, go again? Because at this point in the game, it's wickets in hand now, isn't it? Wickets is what we need.
Glenn over the wicket once again. Oh, this one's hit on the pad. It looks adjacent, but perhaps a little bit high.
Let's have a look back. I think the stream's a little bit delayed. Oh, that looks very, very close.
Close?
Yeah. Obviously a judge not out, but that was an interesting shout. I won't show her that back later.
Sarah Glenn once again just drops a length this time. It'll be pulled into leg side. It'll only be 1. The difference now as the overs come down, we get to the very end of the game, that the run
We need one good over here. Just shift the momentum a little bit.
Still 55 required, 81 balls remain. Lamb will tickle this one into leg side. Glenn will field off her own bowling. Tries to run Lamb out, but can only hit her.
Yeah, 54 runs required now from just 80 balls, so Lancashire's to lose, I'd say, from this position. But we have seen worse things happen.
We also saw the Lancashire kind of stifle Blaze, though, didn't we, in the back end of their innings? So anything's possible. Glenn in. Smell just tucking this one into the leg side for another easy single.
Yeah, I think it shows the importance of having a batter bat through, doesn't it? Obviously, we were kind of at that 4.5 rate for the majority of our innings, but then we had the 2 set batters get out, so the only way really to then accelerate is if you have somebody stick with you all the way through. It's quite hard then for 6, 7, 8 to come in and go a run a ball or 7 or 8 and over immediately on a pitch like this.
Glenn, final ball of her over. Drags it down again. I think they'll only get 1. It's cut off by deep square leg. Lancashire 183 for 2 after 37. The required rate is now 4s.
Yeah, it's slowly creeping down, isn't it? I think Lammy's been a great example. If you don't necessarily have to overhit, you don't have to hit that many boundaries, but she's rotated the strike so well.
And your point about when Catherine got out, Catherine could have carried on at that pace for the rest of the innings. Everyone else could have had a licence to thrill then, but losing both Georgia and Catherine quite close succession just kind of put the brakes on the Blaze a little bit. The Blaze now need to put the brakes on Lancashire somehow.
Yeah, I think it's one of those, you all go that hard from a little bit earlier, and everybody try and get a 50 off 38, 40 balls, or you need one person to kind of bat all the way through. And I think we're probably caught in 2 minds of just wanting to accelerate maybe a little bit too early. I think you can probably wait a little bit more into the 40th over, but you can see what girls are trying to do. You're trying to score, you're trying to be positive, and that's the way we want to play the game. But just unfortunately finding the fielders, and they took their catches. I think we have had 2 or 3 drops as well, and a couple have run out
Times and
not
get away with it, really.
Yeah, absolutely. There's not many batters either who'd score a chanceless 100 anymore, is there? But it's the worst thing in the field if you do. You're just crossing your fingers that they get out soon after. Just 51 required now from 76. Reverse sweep there from Smale. Clever clever batting, pretty vacant area down there. That's the first reverse we've seen of the day. Honour to Catherine Bryce. Catherine Bryce must have played a few.
Can't remember, did she?
She must have played a couple. I don't think there's any innings where she doesn't, but I didn't quite see it. The first one of the Lancashire innings anyway.
Yeah, she got a good contact on that, didn't she? It's a long way down there.
Yeah, it's a big old boundary down that end,
yeah.
isn't it?
Trying to work out with the stripes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think the stripes are 9 metres wide, based on the same as 3 widths of a pitch. I don't know what that is in yards. I'm a metric kid.
I like this from Josie. She's got a cover and then a deep cover, almost like a deep cover point, and then a really wide point as well. Good field to try and create a few dot balls. And Sarah in reverse sweeps again, got that even finer of the wide backward point. Might not go all the way. Grace Ballinger on the return. Good shot that, right off middle stump.
They just haven't let the Blaze bowlers settle, have they? It's been a real game of cat and mouse. And
yeah, just haven't been able to string together 2 or 3 dots in a row. It's either been 2 or 3 dots and then a bad ball, or 2 or 3 dots and then a really good shot. So credit to Lancashire there. It's a good pocket out, just wide of mid-on. Might be able to come back for 2. And they do make it back. Another bit of good running there between the Lancs batters. They'll be happy with this for their first outing of the season. 190 for 2 now.
yeah, 43 required. Run rate below 4 for the first time in the game. The first time in the chase. 43 from 72. It's not much above 50 strike rate, really.
No, exactly. Should be easy pickings for the Lancs girls from here, but we have got the game changer Catherine Bryce coming on now, replacing
She bowled today, removing Eve Jones.
Exactly. Didn't quite find a length after that as well. Was probably a little bit short today, but immediately having an impact. So let's hope she can do the same on this return. She's played a hell of a lot of cricket over the last couple of months as well.
Price from the Stuart Broad end is in.
On the money straight away there.
Yeah,
Tucking Emma up. Yeah, so it's weird. It's most of our first games of the season, and then Catherine's played a lot. Catherine and Sarah have been busy this winter. It's always good coming into the season in form.
Bryce in once again. This one's tickled into the leg side. Lammy just wants to get off strike now, doesn't she? Reading, thanks for coming.
Not a bad start to the season, that as well. I think she had a good winter as well in Australia, from what I've heard. So she seems to be looking in good nick. A couple of nice cover drives early doors as well, always show you in a good sign of form.
Bryce in once again. Can't get this one away. Mid-on field. Yeah, she played a couple of gorgeous on drives as well.
Yeah.
Just a balance, a bat path was coming through.
Yeah, I think if you're driving through mid-on and the stumps, you're in a good position, aren't you? You must be balanced to be able to do that.
Smear pulls this one away, gives herself a little bit of room. It'll be cut off to that short boundary, a deep mid-wicket.
I think being able to hit straight well through there is always a good check-in point for yourself as a batter.
Yeah.
Of can I still access down the ground, and if I can't, that's probably a warning sign that things are going wrong. Ooh.
Bryce with a change up there. Lamb just gets enough on it, tickles it into the leg side for another single.
Let's have another watch at this. Yeah, right off the stumps. Ball staying pretty low, but safe to say she's got her eye in now, so off the middle of the bat and worked into the leg side.
Last ball from Bryce. Another single up the ground. Lots of control there, but 4 singles from it. The Blaze need something different here. They need to squeeze.
Somehow.
Lancashire 196 for 2.
I think we might see a change as well from this end now. Bit of a change in momentum. Try and get another seamer back on potentially. We've got Grace Ballinger coming on, putting out our markers. Normally comes over the wicket of the death, around the wicket of the death. Sorry. It's because of with the cap.
Yeah.
You have to wear it a little bit lower.
And then put it up.
Or in the field, and then I think a lot of girls like it out of their face when they bowl. And she likes a high pony, does Grace, so...
I've never had that problem, so thanks for educating me.
Never had the issue. Well, often as well, when you take your cap off, you get like the Velcro stuck and hair pulls out, and it's just a bit of a faff. You have to kind of do it again. You don't want to be running in with hair blowing across your face. These are the issues we have to deal with, you see.
Change of bowling then. So Grace Ballinger's going to come around the wicket.
Good start from Ballinger. Pretty accurate straight away. I thought she bowled really well today. Really unlucky. She had 2 drops off her bowling. So yeah, very unlucky. Really felt for her with that.
And when the surfaces are so good here, I know you mentioned the outfield's not as quick as it will be in a few months' time, but it just makes those power play wickets so more important, doesn't it?
Yeah, like your whole remit as a fast bowler in the power play is to create chances, and she's done a job to do that, and very frustrating. Then when she's not in control of it, she's done what she can do. And then when they go down, and then it's even more salt into the wound when one of those batters goes on to get a ton as well. So be feeling for her. I'm sure she'll be very frustrated, but hopefully she can try and make a difference now as well. We've got a bit of a split field, so we've got one out on the cover boundary, and then we've got a wide fine leg, deep backward square, and a cow as well. Tammy's put herself out there. Good dot ball there, Amy Jones, and was throwing it back at the stumps too. As we watch it back, she had a little drop back. Has to retrieve it herself. But good start to the over so far. 0-1-0 so far. 8 wickets in hand seems like a fair way at the minute. Good this from Ballinger too, cramping her up. She likes this plan at the death. It means the batter has to do something a bit different. Although she should be able to just tuck it in and get off strike, but maybe she's looking to try and tackle a bit more now. Oh, she's got loads of time in the world to do what she wants. Just like that.
I just can't help but think and feel that there's a twist left in this game.
I hope so. I can't help but feel we need to do something different there. I don't think we can keep allowing singles. I get it, it's tough. I'm not sure what else to do, but we're not going to win the game just by allowing singles to happen. Is it one of those where you just bring everyone in? I go, right, just try and hit us over the top then.
Yeah, I think you've got to bowl one side of the wicket and say, hit me through there, at least. Or those fielders that are currently in the circle have got to be really tight as.
Yeah.
Knowing they've got the cover through on the boundary.
Yeah, I just think it's looking too easy for Lancashire at the minute, just to get off strike. And it might be one of those that if you take the risk and bring everyone in, they might chase it in quicker, a quicker rate, but also it might bring about an aerial shot or a more aggressive shot and try and take a wicket.
Catherine Bryce to continue, just the one. I thought about a second.
I can't work out who's off the pitch. Third wicket partnership there of 50 from 60 balls between Sarah and Smale and Emma Lamb. It's a quick 50 partnership, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't see how many balls it was off then.
60.
60. Lovely stroke up the ground. They won't get a run for it. It was just enough of a hand to take the sting out of it from Catherine Bryce.
I feel like it was only a minute ago that Seren was on 5 or 7, and she's just quickly got up to 25.
Cut forward of square this time. Bit of work to be done out on the out on the boundary. Come back for a second. Yeah, every over that goes for more than 3 now it's a win, isn't it? For Lancashire,
exactly.
You've got to create something different. Be bold. Be brave.
I just can't. Yeah, I can't see how. In doing this same thing over, it's not going to change. Not going to change anything here.
The first junior to filth on a brain and just explode. We need something like that, I think. As Bryce is in again, another easy single into the offside.
What are you suggesting then? Get Tammy on to bowl the last?
Perhaps. I watched Susie Bates bowl at the death in.
Oh yeah, she did, didn't she?
in a Super Smash game or a one-day game.
And they won it, didn't they? As well. Hadn't bowled a ball all game.
And she did it in the World Cup as well, didn't
yes.
she? She bowled.
Yeah. Good old off spin.
Bowled seam all alive and just bowling donkey drops. That's right. The end of another over.
I'm going to head back to the group and see what everyone's thinking. But nice to.
So Lancashire 203 for 2. 10 to play. 32 required. Sorry, 9 to play. 32 required. Run rate of 3.5. Is there a twist left in this game?
Needs something special, doesn't it? Marie Kelly's very good there, and she's got a job whenever she's finished playing cricket. Very good up in the comms box. Great to have Charlotte Edwards on too. Not a bad little lineup, I guess, that for the opening day.
It was nice to just talk cricket with Charlotte as well, because there's been so much media around her appointment, and which is amazing. It's a great story and a great appointment. It's just nice to talk cricket rather than all the politics of it.
Opens the face. Emma Lamb into a gap. 4 runs off the first ball of Grace Ballinger's over. She comes around the wicket, gets it a little bit too full. Lamb, who is seeing the ball pretty well by now, on 112, as you said. She's having a decent day out in front of the New England head coach. 3 wickets in the first innings, 112 unbeaten here, and unless something remarkable happens, it feels like she's going to steer Lancashire to their first victory of the season in the sunshine. You never know. Tries to go over the top, has gone over the top. She's going to finish it quickly by the looks of things. That's gone all the way. Sarah Glenn, in fairness to her, raced after it. Went a good 5 feet over her head. Back-to-back boundaries to start the over.
Yeah, just a little bit clearer than her plans there. Ballinger, she's over. She took the batters up coming round the wicket. So important, the clarity of the plans, especially at this stage of the game.
Fine legs coming up, long on. Well, mid on is going back to long on. Still got a deep square leg and a deep mid wicket. 24 needed for victory now. Swing and a miss. Stumps destroyed by Amy Jones, who quickly gets to work putting them back together as Seren Smale trots down to Emma Lamb to have a chat.
Should we have a quick look at what's going on around the country in a minute?
Yeah, why not? I think one game's finished.
It has indeed.
Cut away. That'll be a boundary. Hopped to the leg side. Saw where the ball put it in that same gap that she found a couple of balls previously. Third boundary of the over. Lamb on to 120. 20 to win now. Go on, tell us which one, James.
Durham have won by 9 wickets at Essex, or against Essex, up at Chester Street. Susie Bates finished 93 not out, Holly Armitage 64 not out. It's a pretty emphatic win for the new Tier 1 team in Durham. Somerset are currently 74 without loss, chasing 2-4-3. That's a revised 33 over game because of a delayed start.
Well directed bouncer. Amy Jones making it look comfortable. Long on's come up to mid on again. They've changed the field. Fine leg has gone back.
And over at Edgbaston, it's in the balance, that one. Hampshire set 208 all out. And Warwickshire are 144 for 5. There's 18 left there. So they need another 65. Set batter Abby Freeborn got 70, but she's just got out. So that game, oh, they're 6 down now actually, 144 for 6. Wickets just fallen. So that game is in the balance.
End of the over. Partnership's worth 67 now. We've had 42 here. 19 required for Lancashire. At the moment, they're cruising to victory. That'd be a hell of a win for Warwickshire as well. They've got a young side, Warwickshire. Be interesting to see how they go. Durham, Susie Bates. I reckon the Durham media team are going to get fed up of interviewing Susie Bates this summer. As wonderful a human as she is, as wonderful a cricketer as she is, she keeps making runs every week and they have to chat to her post-game. They're going to run out of things to say.
It's better than poor Heather Knight during the Ashes.
Wow.
Just the 19 required now. 48 balls left. 8 overs to get 19. Still got the cover boundary fielder out. Still a gap there through the offside. 2 on the leg side now. A regulation square leg and a stump high mid wicket. Price is in. No run.
What a glorious day it is here in Nottingham. Not a great day to be a Blaze fan currently. The spectators still here, rewarded by some sunshine.
Dabbed away this time by Emma Lamb. Yeah, easy single. Yeah, it's going to be a day of what ifs, isn't it? You know, could they have got an extra 30, 40 runs? Perhaps. If they took their chances in the power play, Emma Lamb doesn't get 120 not out, and they're definitely in the game. But you can't take it away from Emma Lamb, the innings she's put together. They're going to sneak a single here. It's just becoming a bit too easy for Lancashire now.
They're in a bit of an impossible position here, aren't they? The Blaze, Tammy Beaumont. Like, where do you have your fielders? You drop them back, they're going to take ones. If you bring them up, they're going to hit it past you. Just say, dropped on 16, dropped on 26, dropped on 92. If you take any or either of those first 2 chances, it's potentially a completely different game.
Bryce bangs this one in. Trying something different, but it's just pulled away for another easy single. Yeah, I'd just pull everyone in and say, well, hit me over the top. That's where Lamb's been dropped, in the circles. Put more fielders in the circle. And if you execute your bowling plans, you won't get hurt over the top. So just try something a bit different. Be a bit courageous. 2 left in the over. This one's pulled away into leg side and be cut off by deep mid wicket. Four singles in the over so far with a ball remaining. So yeah, there's a couple of ways you can look at it. An extra 30, 40 runs or chances, but
14 now needed for that victory, which looks like it is heading Lancashire's way. It'll be a happy journey back across to Manchester. You'll be making a similar journey, won't you, James?
yeah, I live Cheshire, Lancashire, but Cheshire, Greater Manchester border.
Did you grow up playing Lancs League cricket?
Bolton Association, yeah. Lancs League's still going, Central Lancashire League's gone. It's been a big reshuffle in Lancashire League cricket, to be honest. Lots of leagues merging and creating pyramid systems and things like that.
I can't keep up with all the change. Right. Georgia Elwys, 6 overs, 0 for 23 so far. She is the one that Tammy Beaumont has turned to in this sort of catch-22 situation. Keep her up to the stumps. Lamb 124. Don't underestimate Seren Smale's 30 from 36 either. When she came out, it was just a little sniff. When Katie Mack fell to Sarah Glenn, there was a chance for the Blaze to apply some pressure, but Smale hasn't allowed them to. Cut in front of square, but just one. 13 from 41. Plenty of time, plenty of wickets in hand. If, when they get there, they can look back on a pretty accomplished performance, Lancashire. Kept their heads when the Blaze were going well, when Catherine Bryce and Georgia Elwys were putting on a big partnership. Waited for their opportunities, took their opportunities. And look like they're cruising. 12 needed.
Yeah, well, they are. I can't remember the last boundary. They're just doing it in ones, haven't they, these last 20 runs?
Pulled. Is it into the gap between deep mid-wicket and deep square leg? It is, but deep square leg does very well to get around. I think it's all a Prendergast down there. Mid-wicket was just 5-10 yards in off the boundary, trying to cut off the two. Another one, down to single figures now. Balls in hand, wickets in hand. Points almost in hand. Pitch for a used pitch, a little bit slow, but both teams have, well, Lancashire in particular, have picked the right side, got the balance of their team right today. 4 spinners. End of the over, 44 gone, 227 for 2. 8 needed. Blaze have had Sarah Glenn, Josie Groves not bowled an awful lot. Catherine Bryce and Georgia Elwys are both pace off, but lots of cutters, lots of slower balls.
Yeah, I think one thing to take away from this is we said on paper these two teams are probably the best two teams in the comp, and there's players missing on both sides as well. So it'll be really interesting to see where we end up in September.
Well, arguably missing their best spinner as well, Lancashire.
Yeah, and likewise, you know,
The
Blaze
Blaze,
are without Kirsty Gordon as well.
Yeah, they'd have loved her on a day like today. She'd have bowled 10 overs, 2 for 25.
Catherine Bryce then, is there a twist? She bangs that one in, it'll get cut off. Another single. 7 required. This could be the last over. This one worked into the offside. Yeah, I just don't think Blaze have reacted enough to put the squeeze on early enough. Smale picks this one up and whips it over the leg side into that big pocket. That straightish mid-wicket. Fantastic shot, emphatic shot. Just the 2 required now for Lancashire. 200.
She's had a decent day out, Emma Lamb.
It's Smale with the bat in hand at the moment, who nearly takes out her colleague at the other end. It's cut off by mid-on, so there'll be no run.
So that nearly ruined her day.
Yeah, she's already had a back injury. She nearly got nailed on the back again then. 2 left in the over. Who's going to finish this off? Will it be Smale? She's giving it a bit of welly the last couple of balls. Banged in and pulled away again. Find that deep mid-wicket fielder. Just the one. Emma Lamb gets a chance to finish this off. There's 1 ball remaining. Bryce from the Stuart Broad end, and it's tickled into the leg side. Lancashire batters will get through safely for a single, and that concludes the match. Lancashire 235 for 2 in pursuit of 234 all out, set by the Blaze. Disappointing from the Blaze point of view. 3 batters who got in and got scores but didn't quite capitalise and post perhaps an extra 30-40 runs, a bit more of a competitive total. Emma Lamb batted beautifully for 130, but it wasn't without some close escapes. Dropped 3 times, twice in the power play. All in all, I think it'll be a bit of reflection from the Blaze crew around what could have been.
Yeah, those Emma Lamb drops, huge, as are the players that got scores and didn't kick on. But credit to Lancashire, they pulled the Blaze back just as they were looking to accelerate. And then Emma Lamb, in front of the New England head coach, a career best scorer, 5th list 800, 130 unbeaten, and 3 wickets. And deserving winners, really. The Thunder, Ellie Frauke will be delighted, particularly as they lost the toss. They were asked to field, they restricted the Blaze to probably what we can say now is a below par total. They'll feel it was a below par total. They were just about there in terms of it being competitive, but they were only there if they took their chances, and they didn't. We'll never know what might have happened had Emma Lamb been dismissed cheaply. Well, good value.
Been dismissed earlier on. We shouldn't forget that, you know, Eve Jones batted for 30 minutes. She only got 13, but just took the sting out of the new ball. Katie Mack, 44. She had a really important partnership of 115 with Emma Lamb, and then Seren Smales finished 38 not out. Got them off 43 balls, including 3 fours, and again another important partnership.
Yeah, just at the point where it could have got interesting. 86 still needed to win when Seren Smale came out. A couple of quick wickets there, and then there's pressure on them. We've got a close finish. She picked up where she left off last year. Showed why she's very much in England's thoughts too. And the difference is that cluster of wickets at the back end, isn't it? Steady-ish run rates all the way through. The Lancashire Thunder were able, Lancashire were able to take wickets, and the Blaze weren't. Simple as that. Players just shaking hands down in front of us. There's the match summary on the screen for you. Brilliant to have you alongside me, James. Been, well, nice to meet at the start of play, nice to work together. You and I covering the Blaze for pretty much all of the season between us, aren't we?
That's right, yeah.
Ah, lovely. Well, the only way is up from here for the Blaze. The way is west.
Fired up. The only way is fired up.
Ah, yes. You can. You're a content creator. You must be. Social media is beyond me. Things can only get better. Things will get better for the Blaze. Opening game of the season hasn't gone how Craig Cumming and his side would have liked to, but they will bounce back. I am sure of it. We're going to sign off now. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesdays. I tell you what, I'm lost. Days of the week these at the moment. Completely lost. Lack of sleep. We're going to sign off, and we will be with you next time.